welcome back to my channel. It's me, Keairamakeup. So today I want to give you blending 101, my edition. Okay, my favorite brushes, just so you know how I get it done. So I always start off with a transition color. The palette I'm using for my transition colors is the Juvia's Place Warrior 1 palette. I'm just literally using a brown shade and a dark brown shade for my crease. That's it. You can use any palette you want to. The eyeshadow brushes I'm using is from Colored Rain. Unfortunately, she is not a brand anymore, so I'm gonna need to do like an updated eyeshadow brush tutorial. Find me some new brushes for y'all, okay? But either way, I just use a transition color, started in my crease, blended it to my liking. Same thing with my crease, with my second crease color. So I always use yeah, 2 crease colors. Okay. And I just used a dark eyeshadow for that. And I'm taking like a very small crease brush. It fits right into my crease. And I'm just blending it into my liking. And then I'm gonna go back into the first brush that I used for the light brown shade. And I always go back and forth between those 2 brushes and just to blend everything together. Okay. Next, I'm going to do a cut crease. And the product I'm using is from Plain Makeup by Yolando. This is in the shade B. I have a cut crease brush, and I forgot where I had this. I had it for the longest. But what I do, I take and spread my product across my eyelid. If you already know where your crease is, it's going to be very easy for you. So I just take and spread it across my eye in this shape, and then I go back in to do the small details with actually, getting the cut precise and the way I like it. And that's how I do my cut crease, okay? So for my eyelid colors, I'm using the Morphe Lisa Frank eyeshadow palette. I feel like I need to get some new palettes or something because all the palettes I use, they're discontinued. Like I haven't bought a new eyeshadow palette in I don't know how long, but every time I go look for an eyeshadow palette, it's just nothing that I want. It's like I have these colors already. So what's the point? But either way, I'm using like this turquoise green color. I put that in the middle. I always go from the middle to the beginning to the end because my eyeshadow, I don't know, because I really don't know what I be doing. That's kind of just be going with the flow. So I used a turquoise color first, and then I decided to put pink in the front of my eye. Then I went back in with my dark brown crease color, and I decided to smoke the outer portion of my eye out, which I always do that. Whatever I do to the middle, whatever last color I use in the middle of my eyeshadow for my crease, I always bring that down to the bottom. Also do the same thing with my eyelid. Yeah, so I just did that on both eyes, and then I decided to add a dark green shade just in the middle of that brown and that turquoise. I don't know. I feel like something else needed to be there to blend the 2 colors together. So yeah, I did that and took like this pointed eyeshadow brush. Again, the brushes I hadn't had them forever, but I'm gonna find some dupes for y'all. Okay. And then I just went back and forth with the brushes just to get the blend the way I wanted them to. Just add a little bit more product on the brush. And yeah, that was it for that. So for my under eye, I just literally took the turquoise and that dark green. That's all I did because I didn't want it to be too much. Yeah, it like this look was very simple, honestly. Okay, and if you're like me and you do your face first and your eyeshadow second, if you're not a pro, put some setting powder up under your eyes so the eyeshadow it'll catch on there. But if not, you want to be silly like me, just take some setting powder in a brush and sweep it away, and your face gonna be good as new. Okay, I'm just lazy and I insist on doing stuff the hard way. So I had did a white eyeliner. I thought I was gonna like it, but in the end, I ended up changing it. But I let it stay there for now. And then I just took this small brush. It goes perfect under my under eye to smudge out my colors. I got it from the ABH palette. Like if you've seen this brush before, you know exactly where it came from. Okay, it's one of the OGs. And I took another little small dainty brush I have just to put the light turquoise at the bottom. So I did the dark one first, dark green color, and then I took the light turquoise and just kind of smushed it under. The mascara I'm using is from Essence. I'm pretty sure I have either the pink or the green bottle. I've tried a few of them, and honestly, they're all the same, so I really don't know the difference. And then I added white for my inner corner. Moving on to my lips, I had the hardest time figuring out a lip combo for this look. I'm not sure. I went about for 3 different lip combos before I finally found one. But the lip liner I'm using is from e.l.f. I think it's in the shade Bite Me Please or something like that. I'll put it down in the description. This lipstick is the same one that I've been using from Color Rain, from Color Rain, called Socialite again. I'm holding on to it because I can't get it again. Eventually I'm going to have to find a dupe. Okay? And then gloss is from NYX, and this is the end of the look. I think it turned out really cute. Okay, and if you want more little makeup tips like this, let me know. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in my next one.